I feel a bit.
Your name and spelling in the title, just for people that haven't got the right email.
Oh, okay, so it's Jeanette, I know. Jeanette, so jeanette.park@police.gov.nz. Yep. Yeah, so Jeanette Park.
Can you give us a bit of an update as to the list or the number of uncontactable people and what work's being done in that regard?
So tēnā koutou katoa, called Jeanette Parker Ho, Eastern District Police Commander. Look, I think initially what I really want to say is that when I stood here, we were in Operation Gabrielle was in day 6, and when I stood here only a few days ago, I had the very sad task of announcing that we'd lost people as a result of the cyclone, and today I am here again, and we have lost 9 people now in our beautiful district that has been so ravaged by this dreadful cyclone, and my condolences go out to the families. It's so very sad, and our people feel for you, and our heartfelt sympathies are with you. It's just so tragic, and please, our sympathies are with you. I think that is something too that brings me to the non-contactable people, and so we've had reports, over 6,000 reports now, of people that cannot be contacted. So reports have come in. We've located safely, or people have self-reported that they've been found, and that's over 3,000 reports now. So as phones are coming online, as people can get access to social media, as people can move around a bit more, they're being able to contact people. Police are always, we've got a big team on this. There's a large number of staff working on the reconciliation, and I've got an excellent team here working as well. And they, as soon as a report comes in, they can go out and door knock. They've located several people in houses where they haven't had power or phone and haven't had access. So this has been restored. With our NZDF, our defence personnel have helped us push roads in. So it's from that point of view, it's over 3,000 people now found is excellent. Yeah,
and 3,000. There's about 3,000 missing from what you said of the 6,000 total, or? So
they've been located. So the main thing is that it gets reconciled, and that takes time. So those, the people that have been, there's multiple reports in the over 6,000 reports. Several people have reported one person. So as they come in and they are found, then they're reconciled against the reports. Yes.
How many people do police have grave concerns for, and what areas are those people based in?
So with the reports that are coming through, we are looking at those all the time and having a look from the people who are found to the reconciling them against that report. Look, the Commissioner was here very recently, and he on Friday, and he said, it is something that nationally we need to come to terms with, that we don't want it to be that way, but will there be more fatalities? And it's a terrible thing to have to say, but as we go through clearing areas, and our teams, they go in and clear areas, and then they walk out saying that that's great, we've got through that area, so and forward we go to the next area.
How many people are still missing? It's kind of.
So so the challenge here is it's reports. So people have put in reports that they can't contact people.
So how many of those are there?
So there's over 6,000 reports, but within those reports there's multiple. People have rung up several times about the same person because they cannot contact them.
And what can people do if we've had one report of someone who was overseas and was reported missing, and then wasn't sure what to do when their family members said, "Are you missing? I thought you were in Australia." What can they do?
So they can go on online via 10.5. They can go online, and actually there's a report in there that I'm safe and I'm well and I'm alive, and they can put that through that way.
Yesterday you said that your colleague said that 10 people, there were really grave concerns for them. Is there an update on that number today?
So look as we go into areas, we are aware through the reporting that's coming through that there are people in these areas, and so we'll go through and we do have fears, and it could be that somebody have been reported that they were in a certain location, but then we've found them. So so we are working through those reports and going into areas.
What are you saying most concerned about as of right now?
My concern is locating loved ones. Yes.
Where geographically, though, are you most concerned?
Across the district. Look, from up the east coast right through Wairoa, it's isolated. It's under pressure, and then of course here in Hawke's Bay, I mean the devastation, and having been up and had a look via a helicopter, the devastation is phenomenal across the district.
Are you searching via, are you going into homes, cars? Are you using boats? Are you kind of going down in the riverbed? What sort of the different sort of topography?
Yeah, so the USAR teams will go through and clear an area. So yes, definitely there's houses, there's vehicles. When they clear an area, they really clear an area. So they'll go through it. So yeah.
River and sea.
Yeah. So the river and sea. So we've had, the USAR teams. There's boats that they use for locations, and they map where they are and which the next area is, and they'll go through it that way.
Will there be anyone from the sea or the river in the last couple of days that hasn't been identified yet?
So tragically, somebody has been lost and located near a river. Yes, and so yeah, it's tragic. I understand that may have been yesterday. Yes.
How many unidentified bodies have been found so far?
So they're working through the ones that we have confirmed are the ones that we know who they are, and that's the 9 which I've advised you of.
But any unidentified ones that are.
How many have we got that we don't know who they are?
Yeah.
So I think, what I say is that I can confirm that we have 9 people that are deceased as a result of the cyclone.
There's a lot of concern, especially in Napier, about crime, and we were talking to the police minister about gang tensions. So can you explain what's exactly happening from the police perspective?
Yes. So in relation to gang tensions have been in the Eastern District for many, many years. And so prior to Operation Gabrielle, prior to the cyclone, we had gang tensions. So we recently, as of yesterday or last night, there was shots fired, and it was a gang situation where we arrested 2 gang members. We seized a firearm and ammunition. Prior to that, this morning we had an incident where a vehicle had brandished a firearm or put the firearm out the window, and it was a gang member. And we have just prior to coming to this briefing, the gang member had been arrested and a firearm had been seized. So this brings me into, we've currently got Eagle here, which is an exceptionally fast, efficient crime-fighting machine, and they're doing an amazing job for our district. We've got over 100 staff. We're 120. We're bringing in more dog handlers. We've got a whole lot of things at play here, and we're throwing everything at this. I won't tolerate any criminal behaviour.
Who did they point the firearm at?
So it was between themselves and between a gang and another person. It didn't involve any other members of the public.
Even in the second incident that you're talking about, both within the gang?
So the second incident was related to a firearm being pointed out of a vehicle at a gang member.
Crime is obviously not black and white, but do you think that some people are taking advantage of the situation? And it is chaotic at the moment, and that could provide opportunity.
Yeah. So look, I think there's a lot of speculation and a lot of rumours. And if I stand here now saying that actually, please, can people put their feet in the shoes of the people that have been devastated by this disaster, and don't take advantage of people. It's cruel, it's unfair, and it makes us it's tragic. This is a tragic situation, and people they shouldn't be doing that.
We've heard that up in East Valley, we've got a situation where civilians are manning checkpoints now because they feel really unsafe and they feel like they have to do that. Do do you need more help so police can man those checkpoints?
So we have, we've had. I'm aware of the communities. You know, this is our communities trying to look after their property. So when you've lost everything and you're trying to look after your homes, they're trying to protect their property. And so we have had an inspector just recently today was at the Pukitapu meeting, their community meeting, to go in and talk to them and work through solving problems and solving how we can go forward.
You need more troops on the ground though.
We've got everything we can get nationally. If I ask for staff, I will get staff. So we are working through, and they're deploying in every day. So you know, and we need, you know, as to this morning, I have requested, you know, further road policing staff so they can assist. You know, because in Napier we have a situation where, you know, traffic lights don't work and challenges like that for people.
I mean, I don't think anyone's criticising the work of police staff, but I mean, we're talking to Napier's mayor this morning that was concerned that there just wasn't that visibility that perhaps is needed right now. I mean, is that a concern for you?
So we deploy to where the risks are. So we are managing, you know, going into the communities where they are, you know, are struggling, are fatigued, and they've got a lot of damage to their property. So we are going in there. We've got patrols going in there is very, very regularly, and we're going to those community meetings so we can understand where the pressures are for them. Yeah.
On Friday evening, TVNZ filmed a large police operation in Douglas McLean Avenue. Was that in relation to the events that you mentioned before?
So that was in relation to a person that we are looking for, and we were looking for them prior to the Operation Gabrielle, prior to the cyclone. So we will continue to do what our business as we see it daily, that continues on. That doesn't stop. And that's where I reiterate, it's over the 120 extra staff we have in is over and above our staffing.
We've heard of guns being pulled on traffic controllers, you know, at those checkpoints. Can you corroborate that?
So yesterday there was a report of gang members in a vehicle with firearms, and that had come in from a person that had been working on the road. We're investigating that at this stage. It hasn't been confirmed, and at this point I don't have any further updates.
Can I just double check, are you giving these locals who feel like they have to set up their own checkpoints your blessing to do so?
No, so we're not giving blessing for checkpoints, definitely not. We are going into our communities, and that's when I said previously around you know, the making sure that we are at the community meetings so we can hear, because we need the voice of the people so we understand what's going on. Sometimes you know, you think you know what is happening, but actually go to the people, ask them where they're at, what support they need, and then we can work with that.
Will you be manning checkpoints if that is the case?
So we're, as I said, we're working with the communities. We're going in, and we're putting in foot patrols, mobile patrols, and you know, this is about looking at how we work with the communities in order to help them. But look, I feel for them. You know, if I was in their shoes, you know, as I said earlier, they're fatigued. They're working, trying to look after and protect their property. It's incredibly tough. But our people, and I'm incredibly proud of them. They hold their heads up, they muck in, and they just get on with it. And they're doing an exceptionally good job. And just today, I was in Napier, and I was at the fire station, and there was a young girl, a primary school age girl called Rose. And Rose, if you're listening, I really wanted to just say that she gave me a letter to say thank you so much to all the emergency services. So, you know, she said the Army, the, you know, Air Force, the police, for working so hard and trying so hard to save lives. So, you know, it's moments like that where when you're on the ground, you feel, it's heartfelt, and you know, nationally and our wider community have great support for the people that have been devastated.
People really do just want the police on those checkpoints. I mean, can you just ring up Stuart Nash and say, you know, get us some more cops so we can put the police on every
Look,
checkpoint?
where we need to deploy to, I will deploy, and I've given that undertaking and that reassurance to the communities. I will deploy our people to where they need to be. And so we, as long as we can, as I've said previously, get out and make sure we're attending the meetings and make sure we're visible in those communities, and then we can hear from people.
Do you have a time frame for when you could have police manning checkpoints into areas like the Asp Valley if they are needed?
No. So what I look at is our deployment plan around, what's the best thing is visibility, and so the best thing is being mobile, is being out, and is being talking to people. So that's my plan.
Thanks,
Kia ora.
guys. Cheers.
Thanks, team.
Thank you.
Kia ora.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Oh, I did.